Wakanda Forever and the controversy behind it. Let's get into it. So a lot of people are upset and there are calls boycotting Wakanda Forever because the role of T'Challa was not recasted, and now the Black Panther will more than likely be passed down to his sister Shuri. We're not quite sure, but at this moment it looks like the next Black Panther is going to be a woman. And I understand that a lot of people feel like the role of black men in leadership, of having a black man as a superhero, is being eradicated and, taking the back seat to woke culture. Okay, I'll bite. First of all, are we paying attention to what Wakanda really is and what Wakanda has always been in the comics and in the MCU? Let me help you out if you it's not registering. Wakanda has an elite fighting force, the most trained fighting force on the planet, that is completely occupied by women. There isn't a swinging dick on that roster. Not one. The Dora Milaje trains the Black Panther, which means that if the Black Panther ever had to go toe-to-toe with anyone in the Dora Milaje, 9 times out of 10, he's going to get his ass whipped. Black Panther, again, in the throne room, those who are giving the king of Wakanda all of the help and advice that he needs, half of that throne room is occupied by women. Half of the heads of the tribes, including the merchant tribe, probably one of the most important tribes of that nation, is headed by a woman. Meaning, Wakanda has never been a nation that has found itself victim to patriarchal ideals. So having a female Black Panther actually makes sense. Now, even in the comics, Shuri took over the mantle when her brother was no longer available to do so. So it's not like, the MCU is now bending over to woke culture. And let's be honest, after watching that trailer and the emotional response that everyone had to it, it's too soon. It really is. That's why Spartacus didn't go as far as it needed to go. Because after Andy passed away and they recasted that role, a lot of people stopped watching because why? It's too soon. And that other actor, he was great. He was great in that role. He took it over and did it the best that he could. But it was too soon. We had fallen in love with Andy's acting in that role. And a lot of people said that I'm not tuning in. What do you think would have happened to Black Panther? A lot of people wouldn't have tuned in. And then too, let's be honest, all of the characters that Black Panther whooped, them people asses that he whipped in the comics, the Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, some of the X-Men, they're not even in the MCU right now. By the time Marvel introduced them in the MCU, God rest his soul, Chadwick Boseman would have been too old to play that role at that point. There's no way we would have believed that a 55-year-old, 60-year-old man, right, was going to whoop the entire Fantastic Four, who were more than likely at that point would have, probably 3 of them or 2 of them would have been very young people. It just wouldn't have made sense. Come on, y'all. Stop making a problem where there isn't one. Stop. Cut it out. It's clearly a lot of you don't understand African culture, because if you did, you would understand that Africa has never had a problem with women in leadership roles. Some of the more powerful African gods are women. Always been that way, and always will be. So having a female Black Panther is nothing for you to boycott it, nothing for you to just be like, oh my God, woke culture. If you have a problem with women in leadership roles, it has nothing to do with woke culture. It has something to do with you.